Hello everyone. How are you guys today? It's March 3rd. Don't have any news. Precious metals are sideways. And stocks have been up and down this week. Bonds, 10-year bonds, suddenly went to 1.5. They had been warned about that they would go negative like Europe. So I would say the stock market's going down, precious metals will go down a little. But I wanted to talk about pennies. I've been a coin collector ever since I was old enough to realize that I'd need to save my money to buy a car someday. So I'm going through my old pennies. And don't ask me why I've never thought about this before. It must be my journey today on how do you make solder, because I got something from Amazon and I can get a bag of this solder for $30 or a couple of sticks of that one for $25. So I had two pennies here, and the one you're currently looking at, if it hadn't been for the date, I would have swore it's pure copper. But it's post 1982. And I have another one I'm going to show that I thought was the post 1982, which is zinc and copper. I hope I said that right. Pre 82, 95% copper. Post 82, 97.5 zinc. And I'm using my little microscope here because I was totally fooled if it hadn't been for the date. Now this one that is post 1982, as you can see, it's 1988 Denver. It weighs 2.5 grams and it is 97.5% zinc. So I would have swore that was the copper one. This one, 1973 Denver, is the pre-1982, and it weighs 3.1 grams of copper, or 95% copper, and the other, I'm guessing, are other metals. I haven't quite tracked that one down yet. But the thing that got me thinking today, and these are for the math majors out there, if making solder, you need 65% of fine silver, which is 99.9, and you need 20% copper and 15% zinc. And I'm not saying to melt your pennies, but if you melted one pre-82, one post-82, you'd have 50% zinc, 50% copper, more or less, by weight. And then you would, and I'm still working this out in my head, but I thought I'd put a video up while I'm thinking. My dad used to say, quit your stinking thinking. So, if I melted those two different types, my final amount would be more or less 50-50 of zinc and copper. And then if I took that melted amount and just considered it 35% of the equation, then I would take my 99.9 fine silver, and it would be 65%. Melt them all together. Do not inhale the fumes. Put it through a excuse me, a rolling mill. Spring allergies. I'm glad it's spring, but all right. So my recommendation is, if you're into collecting coins, if you have a young one out there that wants to collect coins, start them out with pennies. Get them a magnifying glass and get them a little scale and have them start weighing pennies. Keep the ones that are 3.1, which is pre-1982, and the post-1982, probably spend them. But while I was researching this, I found out that some 1982s were caught in between. Some of them are the 3.1 copper, and some are the 2.5 zinc by weight. And on that one article, it said the other 5% of that pre-82 penny was made out of brass. And brass is made out of what? Copper and tin? So I'm still looking, but maybe that other 5% is the nickel alloy. And that's why people don't like to handle old coins. It makes their hands all rich. Turns them grungy. But that's the way it was. All right. Leave a comment. Tell me if you're interested in me doing any more of these. So have a good day, and I'll talk with you later.